Hi, how you doing today? My name is Aries Bentley, and I'm here to give a message from the universe, angel, spirit, guide. So if you're seeing this, please stay tuned because it's definitely a message for you. And I'm hearing and I am claiming that this collective, you will see this message because you are someone where I feel that you have came to an ending of a lesson loop where it was like for 5 to 7 years of you going through a cycle of like self-worth, setting boundaries. Maybe you have been betrayed. Maybe you have felt unappreciated in these past 7 years. Maybe you may have things that didn't fall for you that you the way that you had hoped for and you felt like it was bad luck, but it was nothing but redirection. I'm hearing that with this collective, you were someone who was so giving and you received so little. I'm hearing that with this collective, you had lonely nights where you was like just crying, wanting someone to see you, wanting someone to appreciate you, where you was just like, I give, why do I continue to attract this same people but in different bodies is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that with this collective, you have now gotten to a place where the 7 to 5 it's 5 to 7 year loop is what I'm hearing. But you have gotten to a place now that you are no longer that same person that you was 5 to 7 years ago. You this 5 to 7 year lesson loop that you was going through has brought you to who you are today. And who you are today will no longer stand for what it is that you was standing for them times ago, is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that you may have been a person where you just wanted to like keep the peace. So you sacrificed your peace and your self-respect and your boundaries to keep peace with others. And they wouldn't even do the same for you, is what I'm hearing. And now I'm hearing that with this collective, you're no longer in that. You understanding that you have to take care of you. You have to put you first because you understand and you seeing that if you don't put you first, nobody else will. Yeah. I'm gonna dive more into it, but that was the message that came through for me. Like, oh, mm. I'm hearing that with this collective, you were someone who always tried to put so much on your plate, wanting someone to just like you wanted to just take care of everybody and everything. You stayed up thinking about how can you make someone else life better. I'm hearing in relationships that you gave your complete all to where you was drained at the end just to be left empty at the end. I'm hearing that you was left empty at the end when you would give your all to others, is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that like when you had like a you was like a person when you had like a problem, it could be at a job or it could be with family or a relationship and y'all will argue or you will have a disagreement. I'm hearing that you would be a person who would sit up at night thinking about it, continuing to reflect on it, thinking about like okay, what could I have said or what could I have done differently. I'm hearing that you are was a person who you're not confrontational, and it's not about you being scared or weak. It was never about that. It was just I'm hearing that you grew up in a toxic environment and where you just now with you being an adult, you no longer want to live in that. So I'm hearing like when situations or disagreement or chaos or toxicity try to come your way, it's like you guard yourself. In a way that you guard yourself, it's like you just kind of shut down instead of turning up and being a rah-rah. Because I'm also hearing that the other side of you is very scary, and that's why you don't even allow it to come out. It's because you have been through so much. You have been hurt so much. You've been betrayed. You've been deceived. And it's by people you never thought would even do that to you. And I'm hearing that you like, I am so tired. And you're at a point now where you are at a turning point where it feels like you are like beating down a brick wall and your fists are bloody. But that wall is now breaking down. I feel like you have been beating on that wall of being seen, of just like turning over the coin for 5 to 7 years. And now that wall is crumbling. And you're not stepping over into the new life, into the new self-respect, into the new reality, into the new energy, the new frequency that you now hold, that you are very proud of. You are very proud of yourself right now in this moment, because you worked hard for where you at right now. You was in a season, I'm hearing, where you was like, no one sees me, no one hears me, but you always saw and heard everybody else's problems, and that's why it was such a burden on you. Now I'm hearing that you understand that you have to cut certain things off and certain energies off so that your shoulders can be feeling lighter, so that you can focus more on you. Let's get more into it. I'm hearing that the person that you once was, that you had grew from, I would say, was a person who was who got persuaded very easily. And now you're in a season where you have to trust yourself. You're using your discernment now. You're using your discernment now. You had things probably that was very like destructive around you, is what I'm hearing. And you couldn't understand what it was. And I'm hearing 5 to 7 years was a loop of losing a job, losing friends, losing a relationship, finding out harsh truths that you didn't want to see, building a backbone that you didn't have. And it could have came from childhood, could have came from an abusive household, or you could have been in an abusive relationship. And it kind of like guarded you. It closed up your throat chakra, but you're now opening it up. You're now coming out of that old shell into your new shell, and it hurts. It's uncomfortable, and it feels so long. But you're at that breakthrough to where now that victory is yours. You're in that season where no one can't persuade you no more, because you're trusting your discernment now. You're using your discernment so strongly now. You should be so very proud of yourself. You're trusting yourself, even in things that feels very new for you. You're trusting yourself. You're understanding that the world that you see for yourself is in your hands. It's in the decisions that you make for yourself. I'm hearing that with this collective, you could be either a parent, an oldest sibling, or the only child. And I say that because those three go through a tough time in their household growing up. And it bleeds into their adult world. I'm hearing you are having to unlearn so much that you was forced to be when you was growing up. A people pleaser, had to be an adult before you wanted to be. And all you wanted was to just feel seen. You just wanted to know that you had someone that had your back. You wanted to just have family and friends that had your back. It's all you wanted, because you had theirs. What you was asking for and what you're still asking for is not hard. It's not difficult to love you, is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing you so giving, you're so caring, and you have so much personality once someone gets to know you. I'm hearing that you are so special. You are so amazing and you're so talented. You are someone to hold. You are someone to keep. But you understanding that you kind of allowed yourself to be placed into people's hands that did not deserve to hold you. And that's why they didn't know how to hold you up. I'm hearing that you was probably someone that when you wanted to escape, you escaped with, it could be you escaped with someone that made you feel seen, but they wasn't even the person that you need to be around. They was bad influence. Maybe you could have been a person you need to escape with alcohol, escape with marijuana, some type of substance. And now I'm hearing you are like just, I'm hearing temptation, negative temptation. Maybe you use your sexual energy to escape, or your sexual energy to satisfy someone, to feel, so that you can feel seen, so you can feel hugged and loved. That's what I'm hearing. But you are no longer that person. I'm hearing that just the way that you now see yourself and care for yourself is like very strong. You're very driven. You don't allow no one to come into your life and play games with you. And it doesn't come off as negative. It doesn't come off like you're being mean. It comes off like, I have respect for myself. I have came a long way. I have been through some things and I'm not going back. That's the energy you're giving. And that's why now you are going to attract, and you are attracting people who sees that and they respect that. I'm hearing that maybe you have been someone who, where you was like just so confused, people pulling you every which way, you didn't know which route to go. But I'm hearing now you know exactly, like you make your own choices. You don't allow choices to be made for you, is what I'm hearing. You got this new passion burning in you. And it's because of the hurt, it's because of the pain, it's because of what you've been through. And now you are walking with so much purpose and passion in your heart. And everyone sees it. Everyone sees it. What I just, yeah. You're walking away from peace. You're no longer that person that wants to live in a toxic environment. You're walking away from people who was trying to betray you. You're walking away from that energy of being betrayed, being played with, being lied to. You're not that. You're in a sense where you have said, enough is enough. Enough is enough. You hope, like, you are seriously that string. I'm hearing that you have at a moment that was like your last big cry. And that was all that it took, or you had a situation that totally was your turning point of when you said, enough is enough. I can't go through this no more. I can't keep living like this no more. I have to change. I have to change for the better and love myself completely if I am going to continue, or if I'm going to be able to achieve the respect and the love that I deserve. I'm hearing that something major happened. A turning point happened that created, you had that last heartbreak. You had that last, just that, yeah, that last heartbreak. That's what I'm going to stick with. Because that heartbreak could have been with anything. It could have been, like I said, losing a job, losing a family, or like just relationships. Something made you just say, it made you go into like a silent mode. And that silent mode, it wasn't your weakness. It was you coming up into who you are today. It was the beginning of it was like the end of the storm, and it was like the beginning of the new rise of you. You made a decision. I was just saying that you had made a decision that was so needed. And now you know that now, yes, the love I do deserve, I will get. Can no one take it from me? I just want you to know that I see you and I hear you and I understand you. You have been hurt. You have been, oh my gosh. I just want to hug you right now because it was not easy. It was not easy. You had so many nights crying or just feeling so alone. And now the love that you was giving out that wasn't given to you, you are now giving it to yourself. As always, if this resonated with you, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm cheering for you, the universe cheering for you, and I will see you very, very soon.